Hello and welcome to Youngstown Playlist, a show dedicated to highlighting local musicians right here in Youngstown, Ohio. To reflect Youngstown's diverse population, it only makes sense that this show have a variety of genres as well. So today, we have rapper and producer, SJ.
It's the city of you. Be all you can be, baby, do what you do. The city of you. Be proud of where you come from, cause it defines you. The city of you. Be all you can be, baby, do what you do. The city of you. Be proud of where you come from, cause it defines you. Man, in my city, you can see the strong survived. We got that Y-Town Steel City grit. As real as it gets, we went through a lot of hard times. But now we cutting through the barbed wire, coming out the trenches. City streets popping, euphonists engage on university spots, and the bar scenes booming. They support the movement. We got an outlet to plug them to this music. Wake up every morning, strolling the city blocks, pondering on the next move to get that guap. I'm feeling to make it, trying to get adjacent to these power players so I can make a huge statement and create change, further shape the landscape. I'm trying to get like Gary Vee, create legacy. That's on my mind at 25. I ain't got time for the petty drama. I gotta grind for my great grandkids' sake. Get cake, selling ticket states until we break. Become an urban legend. I'm at this game stack like Gillette. I'm the best they can get. It's like that, y'all. It's like that, y'all. Chase dreams, put your city on the map, dog. It's like that, y'all. It's like that, y'all. Chase dreams, put your city on the map, dog. Yeah, the city of you. Be all you can be, baby, do what you do. The city of you. Be proud of where you come from, cause it defines you. The city of you. Be all you can be, baby, do what you do. The city of you. Be proud of where you come from, cause it defines you. I rap for hustlers, dealers, and customers, dreamers who wanna crush it in life. A metaphorical rhyme, cause at every city across the globe, one thing's for sure, you gotta handle your business. Win a thing to win it, reach out, grab another, teach them the way, so they can bring in dollars in a hot supper, so they can continue the cycle when the supply chain creates change through the entire cityscape. It's us or else, right? I'm trying to take flight. I wanna see the sun rise and the city shine. I know it's beautiful, like a bald eagle. I walk around my town just to greet the people, meet a new face, kick back, have a conversation about life and how we plan to roll the dice. It's kinda nice being in a town with so much grit. Everyone who visits comes to appreciate it. We're proud of where you come from, cause your city got you black when you grow up. Wherever you go, it's inside you, city of you. The tales of the hometown kid, it's like that, y'all. It's like that, y'all. Chase dreams, put the city on the map, dog. It's like that, y'all. It's like that, y'all. Chase dreams, put the city on the map, dog. City of you. Be all you can be, baby, do what you do. The city of you. Be proud of where you come from, cause it defines you. The city of you. Be all you can be, baby, do what you do. The city of you. Be proud of where you come from, cause it defines you.
I'm curious to see how much of Youngstown plays into your lyrics overall. Is it conscious? It just happens to be based around the area?
So that's an interesting point that you made. I think just overall the grit of Youngstown, like they have this like unexplainable grit that we have. And everybody who comes to Youngstown initially doesn't have it, but when they leave, it's there. It's almost like, it's a little bit like a New York hustle. Like when you enter New York, you're like, eh. But then when you leave, you're like, I'm hustling. I'm a hustler now. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that Youngstown represents that type of passion. And so I think that part plays a lot into my music just because of how hard I work. As far as the actual lyrics to City of You, I mean, that was all about Youngstown. That's the movement that's going on, you know?
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, so I think Youngstown plays a lot. I think it plays a huge role in just my upbringing as an artist. I try to be universal. Even though the City of You is about Youngstown, I also want somebody to listen to it in New York, listen to it in Atlanta, listen to it in Kansas City, and just be like, yeah, this is the city of me, you know, and what I do.
Yeah. Talk about the creation of a typical song.
Well, for me, I'm a concept player. Like, I'm a huge concept player. So it really depends on, like, is either the lyrics first or the beat first. But usually I come up with some sort of melody in my head, and then, like, I'll record it on my phone. And so I'll take that, you know, to my studio, and then I'll start to craft, you know, what I want out of that. And so for me, that's pretty much how I've been doing it for the last 10 years.
How do you feel about the accessibility? Like, any Mac computer has GarageBand for free. Exactly. For a little bit more, you could buy Pro Tools. So do you think that that's helping the music industry, or do you think that's, like, what are your thoughts on that? Accessibility.
I love the accessibility because it allows me to do what I do. Sure. However, I think it's oversaturated with people who aren't good, for lack of a better term.
Sure.
And so sometimes, like, and I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes, you know, they'll get deals above people who are actually talented. And sometimes it's harder, like, you have to work a lot harder to get to where you need to be because of the accessibility. But I mean, I think it's good though. I mean, I think I'm glad that music products are more affordable. You know, you can definitely buy, you know, you for $700 or $300, you know, you can have a full-fledged studio.
Yeah.
Like a quality studio for that.
Do you think that fighting through the not as talented music is helping your work ethic? Like, does that give you a drive? Like, we know that we're better, so we have to kind of outshine this music.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think with the work ethic, like, people see what we're doing, especially now that I've, like, ramped up social media a lot and, like, see, like, this is what I do day to day, you know what I'm saying? But it's really interesting because for some, like, you can, like, kind of just see how people respond to what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? You can see, like, oh wow, they're really passionate about what they do. Yeah. You know, and I think that just the people seeing that is what helps us.
Since you mentioned social media, you want to talk about how you got started, that you're a real presence, you're constantly posting stuff. So how did you get into that, and, you know, how do you gauge it in terms of importance nowadays to get, you know, discovered, really?
You know, this is the day and age that we live in now. It was a little bit of a drag at first, but then, like, once I started getting into it, I'm just like, yeah, this is really cool. So I place a very high importance on social media because it allows people to see what we're doing. Like, all throughout the interview so far, I've been posting on social media, like, I've been posting on Instagram, Snapchat, the Messenger thingy, Snap, Instagram. And, you know, I just shot a Facebook Live video. So it was like, I place a very, very high importance.
Yeah, it's almost like the behind the scenes content is almost, it's as important, but maybe even almost more important, because you're kind of getting everybody excited, anticipating something, so that kind of leads up to the big release.
Yeah, that's documenting the journey, man. Yeah. And I just learned to, like, never go fancy. That's, you know, that's those Gary Vee words right there. Yeah. But yeah, I just learned to not go fancy about it, and just post. Even if it's just something as little as, like, you got maybe a little rant on something, or posting, hey, I just made a new beat, or posting about, hey, I'm doing an interview, you know. Yeah. It's just little things that I didn't think that people would be interested in. But the more that I do it, the more, like, my numbers go up as far as, like, how many people see it and how many people respond to it. I'm just like, that is so cool.
That's our show. I want to thank SJ for talking and performing for us. I want to thank everyone at Suzie's Dogs and Drafts downtown location, and I want to thank you for watching. Remember to like and share this video, and like our Facebook page. See you next time. What's your long-term goal for 1093 Entertainment?
I want them to be the most sought-after record label in Northeastern Ohio. You know, I want them to be on an international scale. And we've got fans everywhere, you know, in little small blocks. Like, we've got fans in Taiwan, China, Europe somewhere. I think it was Germany and the Netherlands, a lot of Spanish-speaking countries. It's so cool, like, because I'm looking at all the analytics and stuff for the album, and I'm just like, wow, that is so cool.
And the fact that you can just brag that, yeah, we're international, no big deal.
Yeah, my whole mantra on that is like, I'm global disguised as being local.